Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome to a tech blog here. So basically, I've noticed the last couple of weeks that there's a lot of interesting pieces of technology that are coming out. They're actually quite impressive in my opinion, as far as like computers and basically one of the things that kind of catches my eye. I know it's been here for a little while is the Core i9 processor. I know there's a few minor flaws in it, but I think it'd be kind of interesting to kind of have one sitting around for a while and get some use out of it and kind of get a feel for it. Well, even like the Risen Core 5 and 7, it's came along quite a ways since this first came out. But even as far as the new computer releases, let's see what Dell, because Dell is talking about releasing some new models. We'll talk business. Let's look at Core i9s. I was going to buy a new laptop right now. I'd probably either go with the Dell XPS 15 laptop with the 32 gigs with the 10th generation Core i9. But honestly, with today's laptops and that, I'd at least want a 1 to 2 gig graphics card at minimum, because I have a tendency of liking to do a little video editing, photo rendering, uh, other graphical applications that require an application that has enough power but yet doesn't slow the computer down at the same time. And the UHD graphics is great for most typical tasks like watching YouTube videos or browsing the web or doing basic processing, like for instance doing Word documents. But the problem is when the basic HD graphics that you get with Intel graphics was never really meant for gaming or any of those heavy applications. So when you're picking out computers and that, you gotta pick out something that best suits your needs. There was a guy I was talking to earlier today after I got done on a service call. But basically, he was saying that a lady bought one of those Asus laptops, paid $800 for it with a Celeron processor. And I'm thinking, why would you pay $800 for a Celeron processor on a laptop with only 4 gigs of RAM and 160 gig hard drive? You're not really getting a lot for your money. Nothing against Asus, but why would even Asus make something for that price with that kind of processor in there? Now I can see it was like an i5 or an i7 at that. But why would you put a Celeron processor in for that kind of pricing? I know that you're a company, you gotta make money and you got bills to pay and but at the end of the day, all your consumers that buy those computers thinking, well, those are great computers and that, but honestly, that doesn't impress me. to see a Celeron processor sitting on the shelf. It's just kind of, I'm more the kind of guy that get excited over a Core i7 or a Core i9 or a Ryzen Core 7 or Ryzen Core 5. Or if AMD ever decides to release a Ryzen Core 9, that'd be interesting. That'd be interesting to see that come out. Enough about that little rant. So let's take a look at towers. I know desktop towers are fading out, but according to Consumer Report, right now the Dell XPS is one of the hottest towers on the market right now. And Dell XPS recently just changed the faceplate of the front of the tower. So let's see what the best one that you can buy for. So there's one for about $2,500. That's kind of interesting. It's part gray, it's kind of part black, and it's part white on the front. So this one features the 10th Gen Core i9. And that one, what's cool about those computers are they're decent enough that you can use them as a home computer, or you could use it as an office computer. And that one's got 64 gigs of RAM, DDR4 clocked at 2,933 megahertz, and then it's got NVIDIA GeForce RTX 2070 Super 8 gig GDDR6, and then you also get 2 terabyte M2 PCIe NVMe SSD plus a 2 terabyte SATA 7200 RPM, which stands for revolutionaries per minute, hard drive. So you're actually getting a lot of computer for your dollar on that. Plus, on top of that, you can upgrade. There's also upgrades you can do to it as well. So you can upgrade that up to 128 gigs of RAM at 4 times 32 gigs. So instead of being like 16 gig sticks in a configuration, you would have 32 gigs in a configuration. And you can also get, for $20 more, you can get the killer Wi-Fi 6 AX1650 2x2 802.11ax wireless and Bluetooth 5.1. Personally, when I have a computer hooked up to the network, I don't like to mess with wireless. I just assume hook it up hardwired. That's just my preference. In some houses or some places, some people don't have that option of doing that. So it is what it is. And this computer does feature a laptop style DVD read-write drive. And if you're buying, you can also buy. You got like 3 different options here for warranty and support services. You can buy Pro support with next business day on-site service. That's for 1 year. It's only $129. 2 years, $239, In 4 years, $429. What's really cool is, let's say the motherboard goes out on it or the power supply goes out, they'll come out on site and they'll replace everything that's broken inside at no cost. Which technically is a catch-22 because you're still paying for that just in case. And you can also get, wow, this is cool. You can actually get Pro Support Plus, includes accidental damage and keeps your hard drive. And actually, they got a good. They reduced the price on that from $519 down to $429. So limited time, select Pro Support for the same price. So let's say that you do something to it, they'll still cover it. That's pretty cool. And then you got your basic service, hardware with on-site home or in-home service after remote diagnostics. Honestly, I would take the Pro Support, even though you don't intend on using it as a business machine, but I just think that's a better value. And you can get Microsoft Professional 19 for $439. You can also get the program Cyberlink Media Player with Power DVD Ultra 19. And on top of that, for only $149, you can get yourself a 24-inch IPS display. So that's for about $4,000. You got yourself a pretty nice multimedia computer, with the exception of a monitor. Or you could upgrade to one of those 4K 43-inch monitors. But then again, that's kind of big. 27 would probably be more. I got a 28-inch monitor sitting right over here, and that's the most handiest thing I've ever owned. Actually, technically, I don't own it. That's somebody else's. But so for about $4,417, you got yourself something really spectacular. And as far as film cameras, let's see. Canon 4K. Let's see here. So they're saying that it's quite interesting, all the different cameras and different accessories you can get for Yeah, it's just people from the bar outside hollering and wailing about something. I'm not sure what. So they're saying that the Fuji Film X-T4 camera is one of the most powerful APS-C mirrorless cameras you can get. I'm not familiar with that brand of cameras. I'm more familiar with Nikon and Canon cameras, but what's really cool is you got different features on top, different shutter speeds and different flash speeds, and plus you get a really nice telescopic lens. So there's really a lot packed into the camera just from looking at it. Plus you also have an LCD viewfinder that you can put out to the side so you can see what you're doing better. Plus you can flip it around so if you do vlogs and that you can film yourself and watch yourself at the same time to make sure that you're properly in the middle of the frame. So I'm not gonna buy one. I still got my good old CyberShot Sony camera from a decade ago. It's only 14 megapixels, but it takes pretty decent pictures. Then I got a Kodak one that's only 8 megapixels. And then I got one of those older Fuji film that also is an 8 megapixel. If I was more serious about doing photography or something, yeah, I'd spend the money and buy something nice. But for now, what I have is perfectly acceptable. But and then number 2 on the list is the Canon EOS R5. And that one also features as a 45 megapixel camera. You also have that's an 8K video on standard. It does have video recording limitations, and 4K is just okay. Well, hey, that's actually quite impressive in itself. And the first one here features the 6.5 stop and body stabilization, 4K video up to 50 or 60 to 50 pixels, high speed shooting, and it's expensive. $1,699 camera. This one here is best AF on the market, best full frame BI or IBS, IBIS, 8K video, and outstanding video recording limitation. Standard 4K, just okay, but it's almost a $4,000 camera. And then down the line is the Panasonic Lumix S5. That one's best in class video performance, compact full frame quality, magnesium frame, and very angled screen, dual SD card slot. That is a feature that comes in handy, especially when you're on the go, or if you're filming a lot of major stuff, or you're taking hundreds and thousands of pictures. It's nice not to have to worry about your chip running out, or if you're making movies and stuff. A lot of YouTubers take a lot of video, so it's nice to have that availability of extra storage. The only thing negative is only contrast AF And this number 4 on the popular list of cameras, the Sony A75 Class 3. I'm assuming they mean Class 3. It's got incredible low light performance, stunning AF, even for video. No 6 or 8K video. Still, image is only 12 megapixel. That's a $3,500 camera. And then they feature the Panasonic Lumix S1H. That one runs around $4,179 retail Amazon. And that one, 6K video capture, effective as a still camera too. Vlog, LUTs, and cinema features no RAW. The only thing negative against is no RAW video capture, or continuous AF is not that reliable. Not every camera is built for every application. It all depends on what you're doing. And then they also feature a Nikon. My computer is acting like a nincompoop here at the moment. Come on. So we got the Nikon Z6. That's about a $1,396.95 camera. So this one features in-body image stabilization, excellent high ISO quality, 10-bit 4-2-2 HDMI output. The only thing that kind of lacks is single XQD card slot. Yeah, that's kind of something that's lacking in it, but the rest of the camera kind of makes up for that failure. And then the Sony A7 Generation 3 body image stabilization features good high ISO performance, twin card slot, but video specs now look average. Well, it doesn't necessarily mean that is that terrible, but that's featured at $2,000. And then this is a kind of wonky off the wall brand, Sigma FP. And it's got 3 knocks against it and 3 positives against it. Size and weight, industrial functional design, best at video, but good at still. Just one SD card slot. Well, you get what you pay for. Fixed LCD, no EVF. Unreliable continuous AF. Well, you get what you pay for. That's unfortunate. I didn't even know that Olympus still made cameras. This is the Olympus OM-D E-M1 Mark Generation 3. This is number 9 on the list. Compact, fast, and powerful. In-body stabilization. The only thing that got knocked against it was smaller sensor size, overshadowed by Panasonic Reveus. This one runs for $1,800. And then the Panasonic Lumix G9 is number 10. That one features high effective image stabilization, top panel LCD, fast continuous drive rate, MFT sensors smaller than APS-C, rivals big as an APS-C DLR. It's not bad. And that pretty much concludes the cameras. But some of the accessories that you can get for it, like that's gotta be an expensive lens. The only accessory I would definitely buy for a DSLR camera is the Rode microphone. That's a must. To have an external microphone on there for better sound quality. And then you also have the LED natural flash that's no good for video, but if you're attending artificial lighting, you need to be continuous using LED panels that are top choice for video because they run for a long time off battery power while providing good levels of low heat, with levels of light and low heat levels. Some offer variable color temperatures for matching the color of different light sources. See the guide to the best. So I think that's quite fascinating. So I kind of hope that you enjoyed that little segment. Tomorrow night we're going to be doing an LCD review on the HPL 1706. So stay tuned for that. That should be an exciting vlog. It's a retro monitor. So we will be looking at the features of it. And I am very familiar with these monitors. I use these for many years. And I don't really have much to complain about them. So we'll see you tomorrow, or see you later tonight, since it's Saturday morning. So bless you all in Jesus' name. Take care, everybody, and we'll see you a bit later. And stay safe.